All right, guys, so I finally finished all of my address sign orders. Did about 40 of them since the end of April. So I'm kind of burned out and tired of doing them, and especially the same thing over and over again. I like doing some of the post signs because it's different. So I wanted to really expand that a little bit, do something, something even more different, right? So I got some ideas here, just something really different. This is open on the inside, and I'll show you the bottom on how I did that here. But as far as this particular piece, I did this quickly. I didn't even put wood glue on. I just did a couple brad nails just to hold it together to stage it for a photo. And then you can kind of see I put painter's tape behind the numbers. I didn't even put. I'm not gonna waste product and stuff like that, especially if I can reuse that. So I like to be very resourceful. I had some scraps laying around. This is select pine on this a 1x8. So I put the slats I ran through a table saw. I don't know, about 1/8 of an inch deep every 4 inches. It's about 30 inches tall. Okay, and then this is about 4.5 inches wide and about 9 inches across. So on the back side, I didn't measure correctly when I was putting it together. Size was a little off, so I did it kind of quickly. Like I said, I'm not selling it, but that's kind of that. And then how this works, so it's hollow on the inside, right? This is super heavy. And normally I would use a 2x4 post here, ground contact, but I had a couple 2x3s laying around from a previously built post. So actually I just cut this off because I wanted to display it in the yard, and I had it sticking out to about here. So it's kind of hard to display for a photo purpose. So that's why I cut that off. And so it's just hollow on the inside. And then to put it together, I just put a couple brad nails through here. Like I said, I wasn't going to use wood glue and use more supplies, just if I can do something to stage it for a photo. So just to show something new, something different. Total cost on this is probably about, I don't know, I want to say 30 bucks or so, maybe. I would say, yeah, the most expensive was the select pine or cedar. They didn't have any cedar, so I just used what I had. This is better than just standard sheep pine because it doesn't show all that crap. It just looks nicer. It's smoother surface. And then I used a early American stain on this. So I did some stain samples because stain looks different on different types of wood, of course. And then I got my number cutouts here. I had a whole bunch. I had three of these numbers put together, just left over. And then I just cut one out and painted it pretty quickly. So it's kind of that. It's how that is. And then probably sell it for about, I don't know, $225 or so. I think depending on size. This is 30 inches tall. I could probably make a little bit bigger. But I could also use metal raised numbers. But those are about $5 each, $6 each for 5-inch. So that adds into the cost. Nice to be able to sell these for 70 to 80% profit margins, right? But that's pretty much it. So quickly put it together, and it didn't take that long. So really cool standing in the yard that way, especially by the end of a driveway or front walkway, things like that. So that's it for now. Thanks for watching. We'll see you next time.